As the number of cases sharply rises across America, California and New York have taken dramatic steps. Both states have now imposed stay-at-home measures that put 60 million people in lockdown.
The rate of business cessation is immediate. I have friends and I have companies that can't make payroll Friday. There are very, very few companies that can operate on zero revenue. And certain sectors of the economy have not gone down 20% or 10%. They've gone to zero. And people cannot survive on zero. If I have a small business, I need an answer right now. And
so California is just shut down. It's not something that we really expected was going to happen. We first heard Los Angeles County was shutting down, and we thought, there's no way they're going to shut us down. We're also in healthcare, so we didn't think we'd really be, affected that much. We thought if it was LA County, what's the big deal? And then now we just heard the news, California's shut down, and it's just a crazy time. I know it's a crazy time for a lot of people out there, just in the world, but I think especially it's hard for the small business owner.
I feel like I have waves. Like sometimes I feel like positive and like just ready to like tackle and like do stuff, and then sometimes I just feel like a lot of stress and anxiety. I mean, you worry about like the economy and you worry about people's health and like the general worries and everything, but I think like thinking about our business, I just worry like, are we pretty much like gonna have to start over from square one when we get back? Like when things normalize, when will things normalize? Will we be able to keep our doors open, and how long will we be able to do that? And even if we do, who's gonna come in?
I think the first reaction was probably fear. There's a lot of uncertainty, and you don't really know what a lot of this stuff means. A lot of the stuff they say shut down, you don't know if that's full shutdown. You don't know if your business is one of the exemptions of essential or critical. And we were very fortunate that we are considered an essential healthcare business. But at the same time, even though you're essential and you can still stay open, there's still so much fear going around of what are people thinking about everything that's going on, and are people just going to stop coming in altogether, and what will that do to our business? But I think on a deeper level, I just think a lot more, especially being a husband, and I just think about, am I still going to be able to provide? Am I still going to be able to take care of my wife? Am I still going to be able to like have our home? Like those are the things I think hit a lot deeper in terms of like just making sure there's security for my family.
And then being there, you think like a part of me is like, oh, I'm not worried about getting sick. I'm like pretty healthy, and but there is a part of me that's like, if people do come in, is that increasing our exposure? Like, I don't want to pass it to anybody either. So I don't know. It's like all the things that you hear in the media and all the things that are going around, and you just like none of it is like right in front of you. So you just don't really exactly know what to make of it. So there's just a lot of uncertainty. We rely on people coming in and getting services to be able to not only pay our bills and keep our business running, but also pay for our home, pay for our food, pay for our student loans, you rely on that. It's kind of like, okay, if we take, like, we can handle like a short-term dip, or we have reserves. Like as a business owner, you have to have reserves to save for slower times, but the uncertainty is how long is it going to be? When is it going to be over? And like, will our reserves be enough? The other piece of it is like, if other people are experiencing similar things with their finances, are they going to want to come back when things normalize? Like everything was like going good. Is this a temporary crash, or is this like going to be strung out for a while? And there's like no way to really know. I feel like if you don't have the option to be open, which is most people, that's hard. Like, I mean, the immediate things are like, keep your head up, hopefully it's short term. It's like all the like quick things that you can get, but like, gosh, I think that's where my heart just breaks for people, because I would be so stressed if we couldn't be open. And maybe other people can handle it better than me, but gosh, I would be stressed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know.
I think that's the whole purpose of, taking this video, is really just to be able to really highlight like how difficult of a time this is for a small business. And those small businesses are people, those are families, those are, parents with kids that they're trying to support, that business is what's supporting their life. And now all of a sudden, especially like in California or New York, those things are just, they're cut down. Like it's just stopped for many people. And that is terrifying, especially if you're trying to take care of your family. And there's no specific time of like how long it's going to be, when it's going to come back. I think the longer that this has gone on, I think the more perspective I've gotten on everything, as scary as it is, and it still is really an incredibly tough time as a small business owner. Like there's no doubt about this is an incredibly tough time to be a small business owner. But I think there is a lot of opportunity, and that opportunity is going to look different, I think, for everybody. I think for some people, opportunity might be, hey, you get to spend more time with your family, maybe even working your butt off, because small business owners, you work way more than a 40-hour work week most of the time. And we don't get a lot of that time to like take a break and stay home and be with our families and take a step back sometimes. And there's other opportunities, like maybe you've been wanting to work on a project, maybe you wanted to write that book or work on something else, and this is another opportunity to do that. And I know it's not like the best circumstances for those opportunities, but those opportunities are there one way or another.
In my mind, the thing I keep going back to is just look at it as an opportunity to serve. And like we're trying to help mitigate the stress and anxiety and physical pain that people are feeling throughout this time. And so
I'd say what gives me hope right now is just like people. Like, yeah, there's some crazy people who are going out there and buying all the toilet paper, but I think at the same time, like there's a lot of really amazing people out there who are taking care of other people, who are the healthcare professionals who are taking care of people who are sick, and there are people that are doing community service to help other people, that are taking care of their neighbors. And I think that just gives me a lot of hope for the future of people being able to take care of one another. And I already know there's tons of people out there who are already looking to take care of small businesses, who are coming into our business because they just want to support us through a difficult time. And so if you're watching this and you are a small business owner, like, stay strong. We're going to pull through this. But if you're someone who is not a small business owner and you have the means to support small businesses, whether it's right now or when they open after the dust settles, please support your small businesses. Please support your local businesses, because those are people that depend on you.